This month on Images, we'll celebrate achievement with the graduates of 2012. Architecture students continue to build green with Habitat for Humanity. And portraits of school children, past and present, help commemorate 100 years. All of that and more on this edition of Images. Hi, I'm Rio Almaria, admissions representative at College of DuPage. Welcome to Images, the program that keeps you up to date on what's happening here at COD. For many students, the end of the spring term means more than just the start of summer break. Students completing their studies to earn a degree or certificate at College of DuPage celebrate this milestone at the annual commencement ceremony, taking the stage to clench their well-earned diplomas. Join us in congratulating the graduating class of 2012.
On behalf of the board, I'd like to welcome you to the 45th annual commencement at College of DuPage and extend our congratulations to our graduates.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alexa Alianello, graduate of the COD Dental Hygiene Program. I stand here today honored to be chosen as one of the outstanding graduates representing the class of 2012. Like most high school graduates, I looked forward to going to a four-year university. But after a semester away, I decided that my local community college might be a better choice for me. As I look back on these years at College of DuPage, I can sincerely say that coming to COD has been the wisest and most rewarding decision I could have made. My experience here at COD has given me everything needed and more. I know I can speak on behalf of every other student when I say that my professors have been encouraging, resourceful, and selfless. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a quote that I recently came across that I feel are words to live by. If you wish to succeed in life, make perseverance your friend, experience your counselor, caution your brother, and hope your guardian. Congratulations, class of 2012.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. For those of you who do not know the ancient language Sanskrit, I bet that's most of you here today. Please allow me to translate. Lead us from the untruth to the truth. Lead us from the darkness to the light. Let there be peace. Let there be peace. Let there be peace. These are the words of ancient Indian philosophers, which echo fundamental values that we hold near and dear to our hearts. Education will lead us from the untruth to the truth and darkness to the light. These words have guided generations of students in their quest for knowledge in the past. It will in the present, and of course in the future. And education is what College of DuPage is all about. In 1967, COD was established as a fledgling community college in Glen Ellen with all the hopes and aspirations of the community resting on its shoulders. That same year, I was born half a world away with the hopes and aspirations of my parents. Look how far we have come. Both COD and I, 44 years later, feeling young and strong.
I've done this 32 times, but I've never had a graduating class with as much enthusiasm, so congratulations again. Once again, it is my great pleasure to congratulate all the graduates and to thank all of our guests for joining us for this, the 45th commencement to be held at this great institution. Graduates, I hope that you will continue to value the education you have received and the degree that you have earned here at the College of DuPage. I wish you the very best as you proceed down your chosen path. I wish all of you a very beautiful evening, a successful life, and I hope that each and every one of you will come back to the College of DuPage often. God bless and be well.
Images wishes all of this year's graduates the best of luck in their future endeavors. And we look forward to honoring the achievements of future classes. For more information on all of the educational opportunities COD has to offer, visit us on the web at cod.edu. Each year, College of DuPage recognizes graduates whose achievements truly demonstrate determination and success. The outstanding graduates of 2012 are both health science students, but their backgrounds and ambitions tell two different and inspirational stories.
My uncle is a dentist, and he brought it up one day at a family party, and he said, "Why don't you go into dental hygiene?" And I was a sophomore in high school, so I was 16. I said, "You know what, that sounds like a good idea." I asked my uncle, I'm like, "Well, where can I do this? Is there a four-year university that I can do this at?" And he said, "Yes, you can go to Southern," but I didn't want to go that far away. So when he told me about COD, I was like, it's perfect. I love being home, so it's a good idea for me. I personally think that the dental hygiene program is excellent. I grew lifelong friendships. I am extremely impressed with all of the faculty members, in particular Mrs. Belmonte and Mrs. Zahor. They have pushed me to my limit. They've told me that I can do it when I thought that I couldn't. They gave me words of encouragement and patient experiences. They've taught me to be independent and just work really hard for what I want. I was sitting on my couch and my dad told me that I got a letter from COD, so I told him to open it. And when he read that I was nominated for it, I was completely honored, but honestly I thought, you know, I'm gonna give this a shot. Like, there's a lot of kids out there, maybe I won't get it. Just being recognized is just as much of an honor as it would be if I won it. Once I received the email from Shannon saying that I was recognized as one of the outstanding graduates, I was extremely impressed, and I just couldn't believe that I was able to accomplish something so special. I'd like to start clinically working right away, so I have to wait for my license to come so I can start working in August. But also I'd like to get my bachelor's degree because I came straight here from high school, so I don't have a bachelor's, and I know that having a bachelor's opens up many doors in the future if I ever wanted to teach, if I wanted to go into marketing. My personal goals have been to be an independent person and to succeed and get a successful career. And COD has definitely helped me succeed those goals because for once I wanted to be independent, and you know, coming to a community college you have to apply on your own and then apply to the program, take your prereqs. And I personally think that getting the experience within the clinic and having all of the patient experiences as well as just sitting in the classroom and just learning about other people has helped me become a better person and has given me the most experience that I can have, and I'm very confident to go out and work in the working world.
We moved here from Michigan in 2009 September. That was a turning point in my life. My older daughter decided to go to MSU, the Michigan State University, and my younger one was stepping into high school, so I had decided that I should get back to school. The concept of me working in a hospital always attracted me, so I was a pharmacy technician for a few years, and for some reason I kept feeling like I could do more. So when I did a little bit of homework around, I found out that there's something called respiratory therapy, and that COD offers it. I think the respiratory therapy program is excellent because I am originally an arts bachelor degree holder from India. So I had not taken pure science courses. So COD was a stepping stone. I had to take my anatomy and physiology, which is where I had most fun learning under Dr. Ruhlman. His tough exams really prepped me to understand the human anatomy very well. Having done a job shadow at Good Sam Hospital following a respiratory therapist, I felt like I could do this. I feel very fortunate because I'm very happy COD committee picked me to voice all the unconventional students. I'm really happy about that. My very first week here was, I was scared. I wasn't sure how I would fit in, both in terms of learning and making friendships and getting everything together. But I'm very happy to say that I have made the best friendships, meeting people from similar backgrounds, from diverse backgrounds, friendships for a very long time, and to be able to interact and communicate with instructors in a casual, informal way. The weight of the learning is off of my shoulder, and it's just been a nice, smooth ride, and I'm really happy about that. I feel like it's given me a fresh start. I always wondered where I would fit in, what I would do to contribute to my family in my own little way, but this certainly has made me stand strong, and I'm eager to go out there and prove myself.
Learners of all ages from all backgrounds find their next calling at College of DuPage. For more about what COD has to offer you, visit our website at cod.edu. Connect with COD. Learning happens anytime, anywhere with COD Online. Choose from nearly 200 courses spanning 41 disciplines, all designed to provide you with high-quality instruction, support services, flexibility, and convenience. COD offers more online options than any other Illinois community college to help you achieve your educational goals. For more information, call 630-942-2380 or visit us online at cod.edu. Coming up next, College of DuPage art students capture tradition and heritage in paintings to help a Chicago elementary school celebrate its 100th anniversary. Explore with COD. Choose your own adventure this summer through COD's Field and Experiential Learning and Study Abroad program. Take an art class in Italy, study wildlife and ecosystems in Costa Rica, or build your communication skills in the Hawaiian wilderness. The world is your classroom. For more information, call 630-942-2380 or visit us online at cod.edu.
What happened was one day in my classroom, One of my students, Ken Mars, had gone down to Maternity of the Blessed Virgin Mary, which was the grade school he went to on North Avenue in Humboldt Park in Chicago. And he went down there for some kind of anniversary and came back and talked about it in my painting class in Glen Ellen. To our complete surprise, there were other people in the painting class who had gone to this school. It was the spring of 2011. Ken said, what would you think if we put out the word and started collecting up books for the library? Well, long story short, that library, which is now coming into being this week, is 4,000 books strong. Then what happened was Ken brought me down there last September and said, oh, they want the building decorated as well, right? Which sounds great, but when you're working with 100-year-old architecture, was kind of a muralist nightmare. So when I walked into the school, I realized that the walls were not in good enough shape to do murals on. So then what we did was we put out a call to alumni and through the students in my class who had gone there, and they contacted people, and then people started sending in photos. So we were able to do portraits of the children over the 50s and 60s and 40s and 70s in their uniforms and things like that.
This is a painting from 1970 of me. I'm Eve, and my sister Lily. She was 5 years older. We both attended Maternity BVM, so it's nice to be able to give something to the school to really liven it up, because the walls are pretty bare, and it's nice for the kids to know the history of their school.
This picture is probably something representing my age of when I was 7 or 8 years old. So this would be a 3rd or 4th grade picture that I'm doing of myself. Now obviously you can see it's far from being finished, so we're working on it, but just to compare, this is the one that's finished, this one's in progress.
That is Mary Malooly Mensch as an adult. But this is her, she's 7 years old in this picture, and that's what we wanted to capture, so that the kids at the school could see who went to the school there before they did.
We tried to make the portraits as specific as we could with the resources we had, and then if we didn't have specific resources, then we used a lot of family photos from school days, all the way back to 1912.
Good morning, everybody. Well, we are so excited to be here. What we are going to be doing today is really celebrating God's creatures. And you're going to have a chance to paint one of those things, but it's going to be very interesting.
I had this idea because I had done a mural in a Chicago public school once along these lines also, where I had a staircase. And of course, little kids go up the staircase and they're always looking at their hands and holding onto the railing and everything. So I was thinking, just like we always love to see the marks on the wall, how much a child has grown over the years, I thought, wouldn't it be fun if you draw around your hand when you're in kindergarten, and then when you're a big 8th grader, you get to put your hand next to that hand and see how much you've grown. When I talked to my students later, and they could see how they could have an idea like, let's do a porcupine, and then the child comes back and they're like, let's do SpongeBob. You know, that the children had some ideas, and then sometimes it was a dialogue between them. Some children were timid about putting on a drawing, but then couldn't wait to get to that paint. I think it's really good for the art students to see that non-critical, just excitement again about materials, about subject matter. Children energy is always the best when it comes to that kind of freedom. So hopefully it frees them up a little bit too.
When Jennifer said, I have anywhere from 30 to 35 volunteers, if you walk into this building and in the other building and you see 30 to 35 volunteers, it speaks volumes for Jennifer and the entire group that's here today. And they're going up and down those steps, and they're working with the kids, or they're mixing the paints or whatever. They're all part of a project that is helping my school look so much better. They're enjoying their time with the kids. It's wonderful.
Well, I always love doing projects like this where my art students get to get out in the community and work with either children, we've worked with homeless people, we've worked with children with disabilities, because I think it helps my artists understand how to bring out someone else's talent. And those experiences sometimes will, in my students from COD, also spark something. So it's just so win-win for everyone, as artists, as maybe an art teacher, and the kids are just felt so spoiled. They felt really spoiled. They don't even have an art program there. So to be able to be allowed to paint and work with someone one-on-one, and these big guys come and these beautiful young girls, and I think they just felt like a college student paid attention to me.
To learn more about visual arts at COD, from course offerings to exhibitions to special projects, visit their pages on the web at cod.edu. Architecture and Construction Management students enrolled in an innovative COD class called Sustainable Design Initiatives work with industry professionals in planning and building efficient and sustainable projects. In this continued partnership with DuPage Habitat for Humanity, COD students this semester focused on sustainability and efficiency in building rehabilitation projects, while also learning about the construction process at Habitat's Pioneer Prairie subdivision in West Chicago.
Well, the class is called Sustainable Design Initiatives, and it's a course that we've run 3 times where we've been partnering with the DuPage Habitat for Humanity. And in this course we try to have the students research sustainable or green building practices to try to help Habitat for Humanity identify sustainable strategies that they can incorporate into the homes that they're building. We divided the class into groups. The students were each researching sustainable topics, and then their job was to try to understand the best practices and sustainable strategies that would work for Habitat for Humanity and work within the way that they work and the way they build buildings, and then present those strategies to Habitat for Humanity. This course started at the beginning when Habitat was just planning the Pioneer Prairie development. And they came to us and asked us if we could help them make the projects that they build more sustainable. And so we were involved on the front end with that project. We ran a course in 2009 that looked at basic sustainable strategies that they could use specifically geared towards the houses at Pioneer Prairie. Coming out of that class, they decided to pursue ENERGY STAR qualified homes as a recommendation that was given by the students for the homes that are at Pioneer Prairie now currently. And then we've also sent students over the course of various summers to participate in build days. So students have had the opportunity to be involved with some of the construction of that project on some of the build days. Well, the idea with this course is we were specifically researching or focusing on sustainable rehab, because that's a topic that we haven't really addressed in previous courses. And DuPage Habitat does do a number of rehab homes throughout DuPage County. As part of that research, we wanted to get students out in the field and participate in some build days. So this class did do one build day out at Pioneer Prairie. Even though those are new construction homes, we wanted the students to get a sense for what Habitat does and connect the research we were doing with a kind of real world environment. And so we went out and swung some hammers and painted and did a whole bunch of various things at Pioneer Prairie.
It's kind of the new way of going green, and it's a huge topic in architecture. It's pretty much the future of architecture. So I feel that it's a topic that all architecture students and architects in the practice should be focusing on. A lot of sustainable design helps save money as well. So for the homeowner that's not making a lot of money, this helps them save money on their home appliances and their utility bills.
feel it's important to incorporate sustainable design in remodels because a lot of times the homes that DuPage Habitat for Humanity gets are generally older homes. And when they were built, sustainability was not something that people thought about. And when they go through and remodel these homes, they have the opportunity to bring them up to current specs as far as energy efficiency and sustainability. So while they're going through and residing the home or replacing fixtures, they have the opportunity to check for the amount of insulation that is in the home to, increase the thermal comfort of the house and the energy efficiency of the furnaces, replace the siding with a product that is more environmentally conscious. The house wrap again there that's going to improve the performance of the home.
So we had almost a little mini energy audit seminar out at the rehab home, and students were able to participate in completing a blower door test, which is a test that measures air infiltration and energy efficiency in a home. And the students were also able to experiment with some infrared cameras. So we wanted to try to connect some of the things we were doing in the classroom with some of the more real-world scenarios in the field.
My experience at Habitat was very interesting. It got me the experience to actually work with a real client, which is very helpful in school, so you're prepared for the future. I felt it was really good, especially since you're helping people that are in need, and I believe everyone deserves a home.
I think the primary goal of the class is we want students to come away with a strong understanding of sustainable practices and green building practices. So for both architecture and construction management students, we think this is a valuable class in terms of those learning objectives. I think on a bigger level though, the class is really meaningful for students because we're able to connect them with a local nonprofit organization and get them working with a community group in DuPage County. And I think they find that experience very meaningful. We're also able to use DuPage Habitat as kind of a client for this class. So the students are producing work that fulfill a client's needs and presenting work to DuPage Habitat. And I think we're able to simulate some real-world professional experiences that will really benefit students in the future.
I think it was a great class. I think anybody who's an architecture student should take this class. This is information that you are not going to learn in your general architecture. I mean, in general architecture, you're learning about design and structure and materials, but you're not learning about its impact on your environment. And as an architect, you have a responsibility to make the world a better place. And it's not just by appearance, but its impact on the environment and the people who live in these buildings or work in these buildings. It's our responsibility as architects to make things better for everybody.
To learn more about the architecture program and progressive course offerings at College of DuPage, visit us on the web at cod.edu. There's always so much happening at College of DuPage. Be sure to watch Images every month to stay on top of it all. Until next time, I'm Rio Almaria.